Dr. Oz did an episode on parasitic detox and where he was talking about, but I found some of the information kind of missing. And you had mentioned it in conversation that parasites, that there are parasites and that it's important to detox your body from them. Could you share with me some information about parasitic detox?
One of the signs sometimes that of my clinic, some of the patients that come in are hurting all over. And parasites sometimes will cause you to hurt all over. So how do I know what to give you if I don't know what parasite I'm dealing with?
You would?
You would. So doing a stool test helps. Not all stool tests are the same. The stool test that I use actually checks for the DNA of the parasite. So let me give you an example. I can do a stool test on you today. The parasite might not be in your stool that day. It might be off in your liver or your brain or your heart or whatever. He could go wherever he wants to go. But he's left his DNA behind. So when I do look at your stool, by the way, I send it off to the lab. I don't look at it, but you do this in the privacy of your own home.
Right.
Basically, they'll check for the DNA and they'll tell you what parasite you're dealing with. Some parasites I can't use herbals with. We do have to send you to the medical doctor and get a very potent antibiotic to kill that. One patient of mine had to do that. She was constantly cleansing all the time. And I asked her, I said, how do you even know if you even have yeast? I said, maybe we should do a stool test and see if you even have it. And actually, her stool test came back. She did not have yeast, but she had whipworm. And we're like, how in the world did you pick up whipworm? And she had probably picked it up from hanging out at, by the river or whatever growing up. It's probably been there. So we worked with her medical doctor to get the proper antibiotic to kill that. Retested her 3 months later, it all came back negative. I couldn't have given her wormwood or some other type of parasite killer because it wasn't going to be strong enough. So doing a stool test to check to see if you have parasites is very, very important. Same way with, let's talk about acid reflux. H. pylori, Helicobacter pylori, is a bug, a bacteria that you get in your stomach from eating, again, different foods, and he creates really bad acid reflux. Well, sometimes you can't find him because he likes to move around all the time. Doing a stool test, finding him, going in, I can do herbals with that. I can kill that little bug, and then the acid reflux will get better. So, viruses, bacteria, parasites, yeast, all those types of things, it's very good to do a stool test to find out what you're dealing with so you know how to prescribe particularly. Otherwise, you can just make the system angry.
And that again comes back to, it's funny how it keeps boiling back down to the importance of talking to somebody and asking questions that knows what's going on rather than just guessing.
Yes.
I have learned a ton today, by the way. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
If anybody had any questions about how to go about getting the stool test and all that stuff done, just contact the clinic, correct?
Yes, just contact Amundsen Chiropractic Health Services at the number below.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.